Oh, we've got a very strange noise in the background. Anyway, it's gone. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Gift of Healing TV. I'm Sarah Jane. Sorry about that beginning. I'm Sarah Jane, and I am delighted today to be joined by Stefania Puleo. Stefania, thank you for joining us today and for going to be sharing a guided hypnosis, I Am Good Enough, with us.
Hello, Sarah Jane. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. And thank you once again, Sarah Jane, for having me on your show today. And good morning, I guess, to everyone that's on that side of the world. And good afternoon, good evening on this side of the world. I'm from Australia, by the way, so yes.
Which is why we're doing this at 7:30 a.m. in the UK.
Oh.
And not the first time we've done that either. So, Stefania, thank you. Folks, I'm going to read Stefania's bio so you have an idea of who Stefania is. But what I would like to stress before I read the bio is that this hypnosis is for everyone, male and female, and those of you that are, not confused, but you feel you're in a different body. It doesn't matter who you are. This is for you. And you'll understand when I now read Stefania's bio. Stefania is a love relationship coach and hypnotherapist for men, a personal trainer, a writer, and an unstoppable optimist. Too many P's there. Dedicated to helping you become the man you most want to be. A born and raised girl from the suburbs of Melbourne, with nothing more than a passion for people, relationships, and life. She is proud to have created a socially conscious digital space that touches millions of men all around the world. Through her one-on-one and group coaching programs, Stefania helps driven men find fulfillment by living their fullest potential in relationships. She specializes in helping and empowering men to understand the hearts and minds of women, what they are thinking, and how to better understand female energy. I think we could all do with that, even the women. Stefania also helps them to look out for red flags and avoid entering toxic relationships so they can then attract the woman they desire, keeping her ignited in a sexy, passionate, loving relationship. Hypnosis is an empowering tool that helps her, sorry, I've left a Y in when I've changed things, helps her clients fast track their results by using the tools to open the doors to their hidden playground that resides in all of us. Sorry about that. But I hope people have got the gist of that. But that's why it was important for me to say that this is for everyone. Stefania, it is an absolute joy to have you here. And I'm looking forward to this because my experience of hypnosis to date hasn't necessarily been a fulfilling one, to say the best for it, but I'm looking forward to this. But what I'd like to do is start with the subconscious mind, is which you said the conscious willpower and the subconscious mind. Now, when I was reading back through this just before we started, for me, I was thinking, okay, what is the subconscious mind? Because I don't think people necessarily explain it. We hear the term a lot. And I was thinking, well, subconscious mind is really, to me, those learned behaviors from when we were a lot younger, but it could even be something that occurred yesterday. And it's how we react to something the first time becomes our inbuilt, that's how we react to it. And so it's a learned behavior that guides us through a lot of life. So as a child, if we went to touch something hot and we got burnt, we have absolutely learned, is our self-preservation to a certain degree. We've absolutely learned touching something hot is not good.
Exactly.
So that's simple putting it. But it also goes for a lot of things in life. you know, that first time that somebody shouted at you, so your reaction was to feel hurt and cry. So there's lots of different things. So that was what I was thinking. But I think it's important that you also share your thoughts on that, so that people have a sense of what the subconscious mind is, because obviously that's what you're going to be supporting or disrupting even.
Exactly. Yes. Well, that is a really interesting question. And I think when you can actually understand how your mind actually works and how it, you know, operates, you then have a better understanding of how you can actually achieve or, you know, attract something into your life as well. So, you know, we talk about the mind, the conscious and the subconscious mind. So just in a quick nutshell, I just want to describe what the subconscious mind is. So basically, when you're born with a blank slate. Okay, you're born with zero, a blank canvas. Okay, and the only thing you're born with is what we call a primitive mind, which consists of the flight, fright, or freeze. Now, I'm sure you know many of you have actually heard of the fight or flight and freeze. You know, I guess how we react to different things. So what happens is, as we learn and grow, we actually, between the ages of 0 to 8, that's where all the message units are stored into our subconscious mind. For example, by our parents, by our caretakers, by our guardians, whoever, you know, grew us up through life, particularly between the age of 0 to 8. So all these new message units that are put into your, you know, subconscious mind, you know, they then are known as known associations. So having known associations in the subconscious mind, what happens is you're going to relate to them as you get a little bit older. And of course, you know, there may be triggers. For example, you associate that you don't like vegetables as a child, for example. So if you ate your vegetables, you'd be rewarded with maybe a sweet. So you associated, you know, having all your greens and possibly getting ice cream at the end of dinner with dessert. So that's giving you a very simple but basic. So you knew if you were good and ate your vegetables, you were good, you were rewarded with an ice cream. But if you were bad, and, you know, like you mentioned, you know, the scenario of touching something hot or putting your finger in a PowerPoint, you know, you'd be scolded, you'd, you know, be maybe given a tap, or maybe something even worse than that. Depends when you grew up and what kind of parents you had. So that would give you that association with being bad and with being scolded. And the minute you may hear someone raise their voice, you get intimidated, triggers then, you know, sort of set off. So what happens between that age, after 8, you then start creating what is called a critical mind, an analytical mind. Because you're getting older, you start questioning, you start, you know, reasoning, you have willpower, you start making decisions. So you then, that's where the critical mind is formed, that's where the conscious mind is formed. And of course, we use 12% of our conscious mind and 88% of our subconscious mind. So which means we do operate a lot out of habit, patterns, things that we do unconsciously. So therefore, that's why it's so important that we are conscious of the message units we are putting into our subconscious, because the subconscious doesn't know from right to wrong. It just knows. So, you know, it just has known associations. It doesn't know, as I said, from good to bad. So yeah, that's basically, you know, what the mind is made up of. So hypnosis, what happens? Okay, let me explain. So with hypnosis, we put you in a dream-like state, which means it's not like, you know, what you hear, you know, what happens on stage in Vegas where, you know, hypnotists might get you barking like a dog and doing crazy things. No, this is where we relax you. You are relaxed. You get in a very relaxed, dreamlike state, which, by the way, you are actually in a very hypnotic state every day, in and out of hypnosis. In the mornings when you wake up, you are in that dreamlike state trying to wake up. That is a form of hypnosis. Before you go to bed, half an hour, 20 minutes before, you start yawning, your body starts winding down. That is another form of hypnosis. You're watching a movie and you are just so drawn into that movie, mesmerized, that someone could be calling you, really like yelling your name, and you can't hear because you are drawn into that movie. That is a form of hypnosis. So hypnosis, we are in and out of hypnosis all the time. So hypnosis it's not a bad thing. Obviously, if selecting a hypnotist that you can trust and is well accredited and everything is very, very important, because you are putting yourself in their so to speak hands, and you would want them to have the best intent and working for your highest good, of course, and the highest good of everyone else. So that's what's really important to be aware of. You can actually stop yourself from any kind of hypnotherapy being performed on you. That's how conscious you are. You do slip into subconscious, and of course it depends on your suggestibility. We are all different. We're all different levels of suggestibility. Today, I'm going to be doing a very generic, very light hypnotic session, which is on I am good enough. And I chose this one particularly because I think it fits all genders, it fits everybody, because, there are times where we just don't feel good enough. There are times where, the critical mind is criticizing the self-talk, where we're saying nasty things to ourselves, which, we shouldn't be. But when we actually catch ourselves, and if you can, that's a secret, learning to catch yourself, to then, totally changing the mood, changing your state, using powerful, empowering, nice words to yourself, you can actually change the way you feel. So yeah, I hope that's given everyone a bit of a good rundown of what hypnosis is, pretty wrapped up in a nutshell, and what we're going to do today. So it's going to be very light. I'm going to be using some very nice relaxing music that's specifically been made for me by a girlfriend, with one of her very high frequency instruments. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because I was going to ask you to share a little bit more about hypnosis, so you took that one without me having to ask. Thank you very much indeed. No, because I do think it's important, and I know with myself that as much as Pete, yes, I have been like super wanting to be in control of myself and all the rest of it. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens today.
Yeah. So I suggest if anyone's watching and joining in, or maybe watching this on the replay, get very comfortable. The idea is get very comfortable. I always suggest a pillow. Hypnosis can be done virtually. You don't have to be present with someone. This is very much a very relaxation, the progressive relaxation hypnosis that I'll be doing. But the idea is to get comfortable, uncross your legs, put your hands on your thighs, and maybe resting on a pillow as well, so your arms are comfortable if you're just watching now live or later on. So yes, that's how we're going to start.
And just to add to that, arms on a pillow, because I do things like Indian head massage, and I have a beautiful V-shaped pillow, that what I do is I put that on people's laps and ask them to put their arms on that. Because if you think about your shoulders, most of the time when you're sitting down, they're either too low or the arms of the chair are too high, so they're pushing you up. Whereas if you put that pillow on your lap, you're actually putting your shoulders at the relaxed, comfortable level. So there is a really good reason for doing that. And that's how I was taught Indian head massage. So absolutely, that pillow, we should do that really when I still don't, but we should do that when we're sitting on a couch or on a chair, being comfortable of an evening, because most of the time our shoulders are not at a relaxed level. So thank you for raising that. It is important. There are good reasons we make these suggestions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think too, because you are touching a pillow, so you're just conscious of that. So it actually helps you, as you said, relax the shoulders down. But, if once I start, you'll notice that I will relax you right through your body. So just listen to my voice and, concentrate on your breathing. And as I relax you through the progressive relaxation, just follow the instructions and just let yourself go. Just trust the process and just enjoy. Enjoy. I mean, I love it. I love receiving it and I love giving it, because there's just so much in it for me in giving as it is in receiving.
Excellent. And you're going to be able to watch the replay and receive it from yourself.
Exactly. Yes.
So, yeah, I'm obviously going to do this seated this time, but obviously
Yes.
it's something I can go back and, sort of, because I know I will want to stay totally aware the first time. I'm one of these people, it's just, I need to know what's going on, then I can relax.
Yeah. Of course, headphones would be even ideal too if you can't go back and listen to the replay, obviously, because it's just like surround sound around your ears, so it's ideal.
So let's hand over to you.
So I'm just going to get my music ready. I've got my little...
Oh,
hello, it's talking to me. So I'm just going to put some of this on. And just let me know if you can actually hear that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so it's time for you to feel like you are good enough. So in this session, you're going to heal old beliefs, memories, and programming of your conscious and subconscious mind that have been causing or contributing to you feeling like you're not good enough. So resting in a comfortable position, I'd like you to choose a spot on the ceiling or wall and gently gaze up at that spot. And as you're feeling yourself becoming comfortable, continue to gaze gently and comfortably up at that spot. As you gaze at that spot, allow yourself to feel every breath you take in, taking you deeper and deeper with every breath you take in. As you continue to gaze gently and comfortably up at that spot, you will notice that your eyelids are becoming heavy, heavier and heavier. And when your eyelids become so heavy that the harder you try to keep them open, the more difficult it becomes. As you take another deep breath, allow your eyes to close. Focusing on your breathing, allowing every breath to take you deeper and deeper into comfort and relaxation. And any thoughts that enter your mind and any sounds you hear, any sensations you feel will not distract you or disturb you, but only take you deeper and deeper. As you continue going deeper and deeper with every breath you take in, and the deeper you go, the deeper you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. Now draw your inner attention down to your feet. Feel the subtle gravity pulling your feet down, gently and comfortably, relaxing your feet. As the comfort continues to grow stronger and stronger, taking you deeper and deeper, feel the comfort moving up your ankles, circling back down and around the soles of your feet, and back up around the ankles and the calves. Feeling this deep calm and ease moving through your hips, your abdomen and lower back. Allowing every nerve, every muscle, every cell to let go. Unloosening and unwinding in a way that works for you. As the comfort continues to grow stronger and stronger, taking you deeper and deeper, you feel the comfort now moving into your chest and back. Feeling it in your shoulders, down your arms and into your hands, as you release any tension and stress through your fingers. That's right. The stress is flowing away from your body through the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes, carried off into the atmosphere where it can no longer affect you or anyone else. And as you feel that calm and your breathing is rising and falling in your chest, allowing the comfort to soothe your neck, feeling it in the back of your head and down your face, relaxing all the little muscles in your face, all the little muscles around your eyes, as every breath takes you deeper and deeper, feeling more comfortable with every breath you take in. Now see yourself standing at the top of a staircase. That's right. Visualize, pretend, or imagine that you are standing at the top of a very well lit up staircase of 20 steps. Feeling very safe, feeling very comfortable. And with each step down the staircase, your relaxation will double, taking you deeper and deeper with every step down. And with each step down, you are releasing permanently from your subconscious mind and from your cellular memory beliefs, all beliefs that you are not good enough, that you are inferior, that there is something wrong with you. So with each step down, as you go deeper and deeper into states of comfort, relaxation, and peace, you are permanently releasing from your conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory old beliefs that no longer serve you, letting them go. Yes, letting them go. Taking the first step down from 20 to 19, 18, 17, 16, releasing any tension from your body. Going deeper at 15, 14, 13, releasing all negative memories now. 12, 11, 10, releasing all negative charge. 9, 8, 7, 6, the deeper you go, the better you feel. 5, the better you feel, the deeper you go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Going deeper now. Healing the neural networks, the neural pathways. As you stand at the bottom of the staircase, feeling free, feeling safe. You are now allowing yourself to fully and completely release all negative beliefs about yourself, your self-worth, your value, releasing and letting go, and replacing those old beliefs now with positive new beliefs that are for your highest good. Creating new beliefs that support you, beliefs that are divinely perfect. You feel good. You feel good about who you are. You know you are truly valuable. You are good enough to achieve success. Feeling worthy and deserving of being financially secure. Knowing and feeling worthy that you deserve to be in a healthy, loving, empowering relationship. Attracting value-matched people in your life. Allowing your higher self to create in your conscious and subconscious mind. Knowing and trusting in your heart and mind that we are all created equal. And you are good enough. With each and every new mental program that you are creating, created and reinforced in your conscious and subconscious mind, that you are good enough just the way you are. And you are getting better and better with each and every passing day. Feeling good about who you are, feeling good in your own skin. You are good enough. Feeling really good about yourself and in every passing day. Now take a deep, cleansing, healing breath in, taking all the positive healing transformations, achieving your heart's desires. And now, at the count of 5, if you choose to awaken, you can. Feeling refreshed, feeling light and free, knowing in your heart and your mind you are good enough, with a very real sense of positive expectation and hope. And don't be surprised that when we reach 5, you'll have a very, very big smile on your face. Slowly, starting to come up now from 0 to 1 and up at 2. More aware of the sounds up at 3, coming up to 4, and at 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. Okay. Just give yourself a few moments to get back into the state. Taking a deep breath in. How are we? How are you, Sarah Jane? How did you go?
I'm fine, thank you very much indeed. It was almost as if I went back to the slate, to that firstborn, and it was like scrubbed clean.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yes, but I totally accepted that the scrubbed clean was still allowed the learning, but without taking the energies of it. Does that make sense? So it's not that I've forgotten everything that happened, but yeah, the work I do is helping people to reconnect with their inner child and to heal the inner child. So in some respects, that's exactly what you're doing in your own unique way. And it was that it isn't about revisiting the things that happened. It's just about helping the younger self to feel loved, to feel wanted, to feel worthy, to feel good enough.
Absolutely.
And I got the sense that that was wiping the slate clean of all those negative thoughts about yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Because we're putting new, message units back in there to just say you are. There's just no doubt you are good enough. And, you repeat it enough times, your subconscious will start picking it up. It will start, believing what you're telling it. So that's why it's really important that, we are speaking, nice things to ourselves. And if we aren't, catch ourselves really, to say, hey, what's going on? What are you saying? Yes.
There's that saying, isn't it? Be careful what you're saying to yourself, you're listening. And it is really important, sort of that. And I think it is very, very rare these days that I find myself saying anything detrimental to myself.
Yeah.
And I really attempt not to do it to anybody else either, because it is really important, because we can really reinforce what we've heard other people say about us. But
Exactly.
And of course we are listening, and we're hurting ourselves. And there's someone I know, and I keep saying to them, oh, please don't talk to yourself like that. And they turn around and say, no, I totally understand what I'm saying. And I'm thinking, actually, no, you don't. On a much deeper level, you're actually really hurting yourself. But I can't get that through to them at the moment.
It does, because actually, see, it's really an interesting point you brought up, because you see, imagine a child that's been brought up with, parents or a single parent, and, she may be struggling, and of course, a lot of her negative energies is rubbed off on the child. And if that child is, playing up or not doing things quite right according to her, she's always going to be scolding him. You're not good enough. You're silly. Look at you. You're always making mistakes. And maybe some of you can relate to that, to parents that you grew up with. Well, that's certainly going to have an effect on how you think as an adult, how you think, how you talk to yourself as an adult, how you talk to others as well. And you see, because you grew up with that, and you grew up with maybe being surrounded by a lot of people that talk like that, that can be quite normal. And you think, oh, but I can handle it. I know how to switch it up. Well, no, it's not that easy, because when those triggers kick in and the subconscious kicks in, and there's habitual patterns, behavioral patterns that we do, we don't even know that we're doing it. We don't even know that we're doing it. It's like you driving a car and you're driving home and you don't remember passing particular shops that you pass. You don't even know that how could I have missed my turn, or something like that. It's because that's the subconscious kicking in.
Oh, absolutely. The car thing I totally get, because I used to do a lot of driving for work, and I would think, hang on, I've just missed a whole chunk of the motorway.
I know. Where was I? Right?
I've got to have driven it. And walking, because I do quite a lot of walking as well. And it's just like, oh, how did I get here?
Exactly. Yeah.
I've missed a section, but I haven't. And it's just that the mind's gone off. And I think it is, I've been using affirmations for quite a lot of years now. And I use them on a daily basis. And one of those affirmations is, I am special. And the I am is so, so powerful. Use that I am. And so, of course, if you put I am and you're something detrimental, because I don't even want to use those words, then you're going to create that energy within yourself. And I remember a couple of years or so ago thinking, and I was saying this, I am special. And I was thinking, do you know what? I actually believe it now. But it's not a 5-minute fix. It's not I do it once, and it really is helping to ingrain it the way that those negative feelings have been ingrained within us.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not sure if you know the story about the purple cow. The purple cow, I mean, if there was a few cows in the field where they just decided to pick on one cow. I mean, it's a childlike story, but fairy tale. But they called a cow purple cow enough that it started to believe it was a purple cow. Do you know what I mean? So if we're hearing it or we're saying it to ourselves, it's definitely going to have an effect. But something about words and how we speak to ourselves. And there's something I read just not long ago, a week ago. Acid words create acid in the body. So, but it's not even the words we speak, it's the words we think at the same time, because what you think is what you say, and what you say is what you're thinking. So both are connected. So don't think because you're not saying it, it's not it's not working through your system, it's not creating that ill feeling, let's say, through the body. Now, some people may feel it through physical pain. Others may feel it through just on an emotional level. Some may feel it on both levels. And, I can certainly say I have experienced it both, either separately or simultaneously, and it's not pleasant. But once you know that the secret to healing, or the secret to freedom or healing, is through what we are thinking and saying, it's easy, and it's not that hard. We just have to, like you said, heal that inner child, talk to it, nurture it, like you would if you have a child. For all of you out there that have a child, or for those that don't have a child, I'm sure you have a pet, or you've got someone very close and dear to you. So you talk to yourself the way you would love, to be spoken to by someone that's dear to you, and the way you would speak to your own loved ones as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so much better at talking to animals nicely. Not that I've got any pets anymore, but sort of it's just one of those things. Yeah, I think it is that important to start with yourself. It's I am special, I love me. And then when I was working with one person one time, the words I am the love of my life came into my head, which wasn't just for the individual I was working with. I realized it was for me and for everybody else. That love for ourselves. If you're hurting, and especially as a child, the one thing you really, really would like is for somebody to come and give you a cuddle.
Yes.
I think we've got to learn to cuddle ourselves. It's about the cuddling of ourselves rather than the berating of ourselves.
Absolutely.
And even if you don't achieve as much as you would hope in a day, or in the way you would hope in a day, by that praising of yourself. And
absolutely.
I think there's so much that can be learned from that, and it becomes automatic. It's because I've been doing it for a while with myself. I've got pretty good. There's times, but you're talking about the acid. And I think what we have to realize is if it creates more of an acidic environment in our bodies, things like cancer thrive in a more acidic environment.
Absolutely. Yes.
So if you are creating thoughts and words and feelings that create acidic environment in your body, there's the chance that you're helping to create an environment that something like that can grow. And we live in a very toxic world, not even from the elements and things that are used, but from the emotional things that go on. And it's learned behaviors from our parents, from their parents and their parents, going back down the generations. This telling off, this anger, the use of words is learned. And it is trying to unlearn that. And so if this has helped wipe the slate clean,
yes,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And imagine, having this on a regular basis, how cleansing it can be, because, there's a lot of release, and then putting in, all those beautiful things that you want in your life, creating them. And then, because this is a thing, particularly with hypnosis, it's active. It continues to act out, and it may not be instant.
Yeah.
You will see it over a period of time. And if you are having, if you've experienced it, you can probably agree with me, but it's not a one-time fix. It's like anything. How did you learn to drive a car? Did you learn to drive it in one lesson, or did you have to have several lessons before you actually built the confidence to go in the car and start changing gears, or just driving? Yeah. So like anything, you need to sort of follow it up and be persistent, and really be committed to your own healing and to your own journey. As I said, in any type of modality, I mean, I'm talking about hypnotherapy here, but in anything, we need to, repetition is key, being committed, and practice, because that's how we just get better and better at what we do. So yeah, I love it. And of course, a lot of, because I do deal with men and I work with men. I have worked with ladies, obviously, and occasionally I still do. But particularly men that have experienced toxic relationships, they're just jumping from one to the next, and we work through hypnosis with them. We unveil and go back to healing the inner child, or go back to healing some stages in their lives. And usually it starts at the beginning with usually a female in their life. So if they've not had very good relationships with their mothers, And sometimes, it's not about not having a good relationship. Sometimes, it can be a wonderful relationship, but when I say wonderful, it can be too stifling. Mothers have been too protective, too, where the young men have not been able to, spread their wings and be men, because maybe mum's been a single mum. So she's had to bring him up. And of course, she's maybe been surrounded by a lot of other females. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's probably been some things that have been instilled, with a lot of female energy. And I talk about, men understanding female energy, and some men have got it down to a T because they've grown up with females around them all the time, but have missed out on the male energy.
Yeah.
In their lives. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's no right or wrong. It just is.
Yeah.
It just is. And if we can just go back and, transform it, heal it, love it, let it go in a way that will allow us to move forward into the direction that we want to go. And that is more love. Because who doesn't want more love in their life, right?
Absolutely. It's about learning from the experiences, but not taking the energies of them on board.
Absolutely. Yes. Exactly.
Stefania, thank you so much for joining us and sharing. And folks, what I would say is, even if you've listened to the whole interview, which I hope you have, the whole session that we've done here today, if you want to come back, brilliant. Go to the video on YouTube, unless you're watching it there and then you know where it is. Go to the video on YouTube, and you can fast forward through the bits that you don't require and just go straight to the hypnosis. And you haven't then got to listen to the rest of it afterwards unless you wish to. I know we've shared some wonderful information here that hopefully will help as well. But once you've heard it once, we totally appreciate it. You don't necessarily want to listen to it again, unless you feel you need to. And I think this is what's so great about sort of being able to share information like this, is because it reinforces the information within ourselves, doesn't it, Stefania?
Absolutely. And, you're just surrounding yourself with positive vibes, and when we all feel down and out sometimes, and, just remember, just ask yourselves, how do I feel in this situation? How do I feel around people, from 1 to 10? I always use a scale of 1 to 10. And if it's, below 5, well, then just make that conscious decision and say, I'm going to remove myself. I'm just going to detach. Yeah. So you don't have to be around, that energy, or change it up, do something that's going to make you feel better. And if it is something relaxing, if it is get up and jump up and down, whatever, you can change your state very easily. But for anyone that's, wants to give hypnosis a go, I as I said, I thoroughly recommend it. If you want to reach out to me, of course, you can do so.
Yes, we will we'll make sure that your website information is underneath the video on YouTube so that people can get in touch with you. So that's really important. And folks, it is currently on the website as well, under the About Us page. You can go and find out about Stefania there.
And also, I just want to say, Sarah Jane, sorry for interrupting, anyone that just wants to talk about it, I'm even happy to offer a little conversation, a 30-minute, 20-minute conversation, just to give you a little bit more insight. And whether hypnosis is for you, it's not for everyone. You have to be open to it. Like anything, if you're not open to it, then it's not going to work. As simple as that, It's even like medication, right? The placebo effect, the tablets that, could be taking a sugar tablet and say it's going to heal you, and you take it because you think it's going to heal you. So like anything, you have to be open to it. And if you're not sure and you want to ask questions, you're a little bit curious. I mean, curiosity is wonderful. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's childlike, isn't it? It gets us to know more and more about things.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's that saying. Unfortunately, there's that saying, isn't there? Curiosity killed the cat. No, folks, get curious.
Absolutely. No. I know. How did that come about? Is that a very English term, isn't it?
Because
We have it here in Australia as well.
cats have 9 lives. So
And they're always curious. I've never seen a cat die from curiosity because they always seem to get out of it. They just, they're more sparked up, aren't they?
they land on their feet every time.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's a very yes. That saying doesn't work at all. But
There's a lot of things that don't work, actually.
Oh yeah, but it was a saying that I'm assuming was created to create fear.
Yeah, like anything else, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Brilliant. Thank you so very much. Now, on Friday, we've got another Today's Conversation, and actually Stefania joined us for Today's Conversation where we were talking about toxic relationships. So please, the Today's Conversation page on Gift of Healing TV, you can find that conversation with Stefania, myself, and Anolia. So if you want to go and experience that conversation, please do. So today's conversation on Friday, and that's again going to be in the morning UK time, and that's the Quantum Shift Alignment Party and 4 Steps to Freedom with Michelle Reinhardt. So we're going to be talking about, I think, sort of basically shifting ourselves and freedom, and which absolutely is something we're trying to free ourselves with all of these things. And then on Wednesday next week, Gift of Healing TV, Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls, and I'm going to be sharing Know Yourself. And again, I think that just expands on what we've been doing here today. So Stefania, and that's going to be back at 7:30 in the evening here in the UK. So Stefania, thank you so much for all you've shared with us today, for the conversation we've had, because that's great. And hopefully, folks, that you will check out Stefania's work if it feels right for you, because I would say if something feels right, go for it. Don't let your mind second guess, because you are going to feel so much better when you allow yourself to go with your heart and not necessarily your head.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Sarah Jane. I really want to thank you for this opportunity. It's been wonderful. Always love engaging with you, chatting with you, and I look forward to more. Hopefully.
Thank you so much, Stefania. Take care, folks. Stay well. Be safe. Have a good day if you've got any of your day left. We'll see you again soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.